Hi everyone, my name's TJ90 and welcome to the FM network. Now, for a lot of you, the new winter update for FM22 will mean a new save. Some of you may have started that already, but for those of you who are still struggling to get yourselves settled into something, I think I may have something for you today, and it is possibly the hardest FM challenge ever. Hi everyone, yeah, that's right, my name's TJ90. I am the current steward for the FM network, let's put it that way, and I am here bringing you a video today on the Pentagon Challenge. But before we get into it, if you can all do us a massive favour, it really does help us out here. Drop a like down below, leave a comment if you've tried the Pentagon Challenge, or if you've got another challenge that you are aware of that you want us to showcase or give a bit more info about. And while you're there, if you haven't already, why not subscribe and ring that notification bell? We're going to have a lot of videos coming out over the next few weeks, hopefully. And yeah, you don't want to miss any of them at the end of the day. Also, I do my own stuff. So the link to my channel and my Twitter is down below. If you want to check out what I've been doing, I've recently finished a Dortmund series. I've got a Pentagon Challenge series of my own. This is my actual Pentagon Challenge save that we've got loaded up here. And yeah, we've just been doing a few like tactics tests, sims and stuff like that. I've got a couple of other videos and mini series in the pipeline. Yeah, so if you're interested, why not head over there? So as I said, this is my own save. This is from my Pentagon Challenge save. For those of you first off who don't know what the Pentagon Challenge is, basically load as many leagues as you want. I've got every single league and division loaded for this. Obviously the more leagues you have loaded, the better the experience, the bigger the experience I guess you will have from this challenge. The only thing is it does demand quite a lot of processing power because you've got so many leagues loaded. I am currently in a sort of pre-season, and it does feel like it takes a long time to get through the summer months before you get around to the start of a new season. So that's just something to bear in mind. You know, you may want to do like a limited Pentagon Challenge where you just load like a few leagues from around the world in each different continent, because what you are aiming to do with this challenge is to win the Champions League or its equivalent in every single continent. So you've got the UEFA Champions League, you've got the North American Champions League, the CONCACAF, South American Champions League, the Copa Libertadores, the African Champions League, and the Asian Champions League. You might be thinking, oh, that's easy. I know. I'll start a save with Chelsea, PSG, whatever, win the UEFA Champions League, dead easy. Once I've got that done, I'll just hop around to South America and go and manage Boca Juniors or Santos or someone like that. And then I'll win the Copa Libertadores, nice and easy. Then I know I'll go to Tigres in Mexico, win the CONCACAF. And then I'll go to like Shanghai in China, win the Asian Champions League. And then I'll just pick some like Kaiser Chiefs in South America, and I'll South Africa, and I'll go and win the African Champions League. No, it's not as simple as that. You have got to start unemployed with no badges and no previous experience, like playing experience. So you literally start as you would in real life. If none of you have done any coaching before or anything like that, and you're just a football manager player, and you think, I know, I'm going to go and manage a team. That's the same point you're starting off at. Got no experience, no badges, whatever. You're going in a complete novice, complete amateur. The other thing as well is you're not allowed to manage international teams. International teams are a very easy way to boost your reputation. And early doors, you could probably get like a job managing a team in Africa, like Cameroon or Nigeria or Ghana or whatever. And then obviously they are quite strong teams for that continent. So when you go to somewhere like AFCON, you've got a good chance of getting going on a good run and potentially even winning that. You then also have a World Cup year in 2022 as well. So that really gives you a chance to boost your reputation and boost your exposure in the public eye, which therefore can make it easier for you to get a better job. That's not really keeping it authentic, because realistically, someone like Nigeria or Cameroon is not going to give an unknown manager who's only managed in Vanarama National, or in my case, the Indonesian Super League, charge of their national team. So this was me. When I started, I had a few interviews. I had one at Curzon Ashton in I think the Vanarama North, or anyway, in not even in the Football League. They're a half-star rep team. I also could have got the Cefn Druids team, who are in the Welsh Premier League, who in real life have got 3 points from something like 23 games. I'm not sure if they started with a point deduction or something like that. But then in the end, I ended up at none other than Persik Kediri, who are in the Liga Super Indonesia. Now, when I took over, I think they were like 15th out of 18. I had a strong end to the season. We finished 6th. And then I got them up to sort of 4th. We were title challengers for a while. And then I got offered the job at Hebei, once Hebei China Fortune, who used to have the likes of Ezekiel Lavezzi in that playing for them. Now, I'm not going to lie, I did get caught a little bit unawares by the Chinese Super League registration issues, etc. So you're only allowed like so many like foreign, like non-Chinese players in your lineup, like starting lineup, and only so many in the whole matchday squad. There's also a salary cap, which was actually quite easy to navigate around for like non-Chinese players. But it did mean though that I had quite a extensive squad, but due to like injuries and the club's poor financial position, I wasn't able to play them all, because the other thing that often happens in likes of China, and also can happen in like South Korea, is they have a military team for the country, and some of your players will essentially get drafted into that military team. So I had 2 really good young prospects, and who I thought, great, they'll be perfect rotation for like left back and midfield. That were the positions. They got called up to the military team, so I didn't have them. And that literally happened the day after the transfer window closed, I think. So I lost 2 backup players and then had no one who I could play in those positions. So when the individuals I had playing in those positions were playing really, really terribly, I had no other choice but to play them. And then it also then meant that I was then having to play foreign players in those roles because I didn't have a decent native option to play there, which therefore greatly limited my bench as well. What I did was when the summer transfer window came around, I literally just signed a load of free agent Chinese players and got some in on loan. But the problem is results weren't great, and then the board sacked me after like 2 games after the summer window closed. Even though I wasn't actually underperforming, the media prediction was like to finish 15th, and I was 16th or something, like a point off 15th. And basically their aim was avoid relegation. And for some reason they sacked me, which was really, really annoying. I understand results weren't going great, but they did let me go. So we then had about a month or so off, and I ended up at Partizan Bardejov in the 2nd division in Slovakia. Now, I obviously was applying for better reputation jobs, but I couldn't get them because I'd literally just been sacked. I was only 1.5-star rep. So it was really difficult. When I took over Partizan, they were 2nd from bottom. They'd won 1 from their first 8 games. We ended up finishing 8th that season, and then we got them up to 3rd in the 2nd season. But the club's financial status was terrible. So they were in a massive amount of debt of about 363,000, which meant that they wouldn't pay for me to do my coaching badges, which was really annoying. Basically, when you go up now, Swindon have literally, where I'm at now, have literally just agreed to fund my next coaching badge. So I'm working on that currently. Basically, that's something that you have to do, work your way through. You can obviously opt to do them, but the club will pay for you to do them. So when you're looking for a job, look for a club in a stable financial status, because otherwise you will really, really struggle to get those badges done. And they are like the easiest way you can get of building up your reputation and your attributes to make you a more employable manager. Obviously, things to bear in mind as well, reputation. If you can get reputation of leading a club away from relegation or from securing promotion, that will also help, because a lot of the jobs you will apply for, you might get declined for an interview because you've not got any experience in leading a club away from relegation or leading a club to promotion. They will notice like little things that you do. So if we go into my profile and we look at, like, I'm known for signing players of high reputation, signing young players, avoiding players approaching the second half of their careers, and being a strict disciplinarian. So sometimes I will find, like, I'll apply for a job and they'll say, oh, we don't think you're quite suitable, but we did like the fact that you signed under 23 players for the first team or whatever. So things like this can be, can really influence where you go. Some might want you to play a more defensive formation. I'm predominantly just sticking with wing play for now, because that I find works very well at a lower level, because you are essentially relying on less players to drag you over the line. You're not worrying about trying to have like a load of ball playing footballers. You literally just need a fast winger and a big target man who can head the ball in, or someone who's clinical in front of goal. All you need is a fast winger to go down the sides, whip the cross in, and someone to finish. You're not relying on someone threading like an eye of the needle pass for someone to finish and like constructing play from the back. You can play really quick, direct football, and I find that works generally very well for lower league football for me. And you should also find the same for yourself. Now, you may be wondering why, when I started, I elected to go to Indonesia, and that is because in Asia, there are fewer competitions than there are in, say, Europe, of which leagues like the Vanarama National will get included in. So I went to the Indonesian Super League, which was at the time 26th in the coefficient rankings. Now, if I'd have gone to like Curzon Ashton, the Vanarama, it'd have been like 200th or something like that. So here, because it's relatively higher up in the rankings, if I'd have probably stayed at Persik for a bit longer, done really well, maybe won the league, I probably could have ended up getting a job in like the A-League, or obviously I did end up getting a job in the Chinese Super League, but I ended up getting it with a team that wasn't actually particularly strong, and then it didn't end very well. But you could look to get a team in like the A-League, so somewhere like Brisbane Roar or Wellington Phoenix or whoever, or somewhere like in the Hyundai, the South Korean League, someone like a Suwon, or Shanghai in China, or Al Ahly in Qatar, or somewhere like that. Basically, you've got less of a jump to make to move into a more competitive league where you can get a quicker shot at getting into an Asian Champions League position. If you go to like Curzon Ashton, I keep going back to them, but that was just because the example I had, you've got a huge pyramid, a huge ladder to work your way up before you're even close to a team that can compete in Europe. Once you get that first major trophy, and if you were to win the Asian Champions League, that will make you much more employable to go somewhere like probably like Mexico or North America or even Canada to then make your assault on the CONCACAF. Mexico is probably the best place to go for that because you'll have access to stronger players. I don't exactly know what the registration rules are like, but obviously the likes of MLS, you've got like salary caps and all that sort of stuff. And then when you go to South America, if you win the CONCACAF, you then should be in a good position to basically cherry pick a top South American team. The African Champions League, you're only really able to play with South African teams. You can't, unless you download a database, you won't really have access to any other African nations and their associated leagues. So, but by that point, if you've got 3 Champions Leagues, you could literally say, I'm going to go to Sundowns or Kaizer Chiefs or whatever, who are probably the strongest teams in that division. And then it's easy enough for you to, and then you could probably win the African Champions League with one of those South African teams in one season and then just leave. And then you by which point you've got 4 Champions Leagues under your belt, and then you can just literally have a pick of a European club. You may struggle to get like an elite club like a Real Madrid or a PSG to begin with, but you'll definitely be able to get a decent level, I would have said a decent level European team, probably someone in the Bundesliga, like a Leverkusen, or maybe even Dortmund if you're lucky, or like a Lyon in France, or like a Valencia in Spain. A couple of seasons there, cement your reputation as a decent, really good elite manager in European football, by which point then someone like Real Madrid or Juventus or Man United or Man City or whoever will come along. You can apply for that job, and it won't take you long to be in a position where you can then win the Champions League, and there you go, then you've finished. Now, I think it's to say that you should be prepared to devote a lot of time to. So I'm just going to scroll through. I'm just going to try and find something for you. Devote a lot of time to it. It's something that you could probably spend a good 10 months on. But what you will find is this place, the job center, job security in particular, is going to be your most visited tab in the Football Manager like heads-up display in the interface. You're going to want to keep an eye out here for jobs that are becoming available, but not just how available they are, but also what their finances are, because you need a club with a good financial backing to be able to enable you to achieve your objectives, like to get your coaching badges, to give you a good platform to make an assault on winning the league, and therefore getting yourself in a position to challenge for the continental competition. At the moment, I've literally not long signed for Swindon, so I'm not going to be looking to move on. I'm probably going to stay here for maybe a season or two, try and establish myself as a bit more of like a loyalty manager, because I've jumped around so much at the moment. And the more you jump around, you can get like a trait of being like mercenary or something, just like your players can. you can get the same ones. I remember on FM21, I stayed at Le Havre for like 6 or 7 seasons, and I got given the trait unambitious. And it was literally all I was trying to do was I was just trying to build Le Havre up into a team that could get into continental football in France. But because I didn't move, they said, "Oh, he's not interested. He's not trying to like further himself." So yeah, you could easily get a reputation for being a fickle or a mercenary manager because you hop around a lot, which will then count against you. But yeah, so you'll find like you can often apply for a job probably like a half star above your actual reputation. So I am like a 1.5 star manager, so I could probably theoretically apply for like this Asker or Liebendorf job in Austria, and I'd probably get offered an interview. They might not give it to me, but at least get offered an interview. Whereas other jobs like 2.5, 3 stars, they'll just dismiss you straight away. But yeah, you're just going to be literally trawling through here. Obviously, international competitions and post seasons are the time to really, really look. Don't forget countries like Denmark, all the Scandinavian countries and some of the South American countries, their seasons run differently to us. So places like Brazil, for example, they will finish, let's see, so like Flamengo, let's see where that, we're in June right now, and in the division, they've already played 12 games. Their season will finish in like November time, so keep your eye out basically like December time for jobs that might come up in South America. Interestingly enough, just for anyone who is keen, we've got FM Beth writing an article on managing in South America, some of the teams that you might want to look at, some sort of fallen giants and things like that. It seems like quite an interesting landscape at the moment. And obviously, this is an area you're going to be visiting when you're doing this Pentagon challenge. She's also going to give a bit of an overview on how the Copa Libertadores works and how the sort of league set up, because you will often have like aggregate point tallies over like 3 seasons in South America. So yeah, there'll be a bit of a guide there for you. So the link will be down below. So do check it out. And any feedback you've got on that, do let us know. We really appreciate it. So, I mean, I probably waffled on long enough there. This is supposed to be just like a little whistle-stop guide to the hardest challenge in Football Manager, the Pentagon Challenge. And if you can complete this, you can safely count yourself as one of the elite Football Manager players. I hope you've enjoyed the video. I've been TJ90. The link to my channel, as I said, is down below. And while you're there, while you're checking that out, do drop a like on this video, leave a comment, and subscribe while you're there. And ring that notification bell so you don't miss the rest of the content that's going to be coming your way in the very near future. Take care, everyone. Stay safe, and goodbye.